No, I get what you're saying. I don't know.
Right.
I really meant that, like, we probably have a lot of little tad bit clips of talking points of what we were talking about earlier that we can put into smaller size content.
Well, that
Like-
was the whole point of like whatever
Like
drink we're drinking.
Edgelord.
Right, but what I'm saying is like whatever drink we're drinking like is what brings the topic. So for me, I brought the topic about like, you know, Chinese like programming, and then later on it would be like that because of the drink I was drinking. I was drinking Baijiu, you know? That sort of thing. That's why I did brought up Baijiu actually. To bring that up. Does that make sense?
It does. I don't know. I wouldn't like overthink it, but yeah, bring a list of topics you want to talk about, and you just bring it up. But you can't, like, we're not all sitting in the same room,
Right.
and so there is some level of chaos involved. Because we are playing a game too while we're talking, so as you mentioned.
Oh no! I should have bugged. Yeah, right, exactly.
I don't
mean,
like.
the game was
I don't think Joe Rogan's podcast, like if he goes live, but is big live. It's more so like finding little clips of different topics that people might relate to. Like, this is a conversation I was talking about, like scary movies. What did Robert Downey Jr. happen to say about scary movies? Like, that's interesting. You know?
I mean, that's usually what he does, or like really what anybody does. Like, whatever the person they're talking to, the topic kind of naturally comes.
The actual long podcasts be like 2 hours, 3 to 3 hours long, and they be all over the place. You've seen clips, you know what I'm saying? You've seen clips of like what things that they're talking about.
No, because like the topic is like, you know, what is about the person that he's talking about, like, or talking to, you know, like that
Briefly,
the crazy math guy, for example.
Terrence
whatever
Howard.
His name was again. What?
He's
Terrence Howard.
He's
Yeah.
an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously doesn't think he's an actor. He thinks he's a fucking mathematician genius.
Well, that's not
'Cause-
fair to say. He's not a mathematician genius, but it's not fair to say that he doesn't think he's an actor because he wants to dabble in other fields, you know. Like, I'm not gonna gatekeep math, but at the same time, like, no, you're
yeah, but like gatekeep math at the same time, we probably should be gatekeeping that shit right now because of what he's saying.
no, it's wrong.
Zero doesn't exist.
But it,
I told-
no, like, but it goes through, like, it gets peer reviewed, and then people disprove it with counterexamples, and done. We move on from it.
No, okay, here's the problem. Okay, so here's the number one problem. The problem is that like with those type of things, or with those type of how would I say it, people that like there's already like proofs from like, you know, multiple studies for years ago that already like, you know, proves like, yeah, zero the thing or whatever, right? The only problem is that he thinks it's all wrong, essentially. Like, how do you disprove that when someone essentially is in bad faith, right? Like, it's like we don't need to like have to disprove what he's saying because it's already there, you know? You get what I'm saying? It's like now we're just wasting time having to like, you know, disprove what this dude say when it's like utter bullshit. Oh my god, fuck.
Well,
Oh, fuck off. God damn it. Sorry, I lost it as I said it. I was just being very annoying. But you know, you get what I'm saying? Those type of people, it's like, and Joe Rogan's the same fucking thing. It's like, there's already evidence against what you're doing for many, many years of research. And all you can say is like, oh, you can't like believe that stuff because of, you know, some weird, you know, shadow government that I made up or something. Or like Terrence Howard, like basically saying that his son is making math equations from the womb. It's like, what? Do I have to take the time to like disprove that that's fucking impossible? No. But, like, why? Like, at
yeah.
some point, like you have to think like these people are like bad faith in a way, because like you really can't prove them wrong or prove anything.
You can prove that wrong.
But why should I take the time to do it when it's already fucking there? Like, the research is already there that would disprove all that shit. So why take the goddamn time? Oh, zero doesn't exist? Like, why? You know?
Wait, was
One
that
plus- or
actually
like
one of
one
his
time-
stances that zero didn't
I
exist?
think it was like
He
one
was
times
saying
one
one plus.
isn't-
Yeah, he said 1 times 1 is 2. That was his answer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's one
But
times
no,
one because he doesn't.
but to my
he doesn't
knowledge
have-
in math, no one's ever gone to disprove that.
What? Do you,
So
what?
no, but
What are
I'm
you talking
saying
about?
so we go through the process of disproving it and we move on.
We already went through that process. This is what I'm saying, dude. The process is already there. The problem is, like, people like him would basically make you believe that there was no process or there was no proof. That's why they will say
no one
the
makes
fantastical
anyone
stuff.
believe anything. I'm gonna disagree with
They
that.
do make people believe everything, man. This is why I'm telling you. They will basically try to convince you and make you believe that what they're saying is true, and they will make you disbelieve like the actual fucking facts. That's the biggest issue with like misinformation. Like, don't believe what you're seeing in your eyes, or like, you know, what like, you know, the don't believe the scientists because they're working against you or some bullshit like that, you know?
This
Oh,
game
what?
actually
He's
has
able to-
a story mode. I didn't even know that. But I hear you, but I think that, like, what are we supposed to do? Silence people? I'm not. That's fascism.
It's not silencing. The problem is that you also have to basically be like, you're full of shit, dude. Or don't give them, like, you know,
And we did.
like a platform.
We did.
Don't
No,
give them a
they're gonna have.
platform. They
People are
gave
gonna
them a
have
pla-
platforms. Technology
they
exists.
give
They're
them
gonna
a
have
platform.
platforms.
And the problem with like Joe Rogan is that Rogan never challenges whoever he has. He just, like, you know, whoever he has.
And Joe
on-
Rogan was challenged about that when he had a guest on there, calling him out on that shit. So it's a place
Yeah.
for it.
No,
There-
it's probably. But the thing is, Rogan will always do that. Like, he'll bring someone that challenges them, and you're like, oh, okay, so he's got someone that's challenging him and all that stuff. But like, it's not really a challenge or whatever he's doing. Like, he just like will just conform to whoever he's with. That's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that
No,
is absolute bullshit.
I'm
Oh,
gonna disagree with
fuck off.
that
Damn it.
because I've seen Joe Rogan disagree with people before, and like, no, I think you're wrong. Like, I've seen him disagree.
What,
Do
what
I
did he
think
disagree with?
I see? You're right to call me on empiricals. I don't have them right now.
Well, there you go.
But I'm saying anecdotally that I've seen it. But
I don't believe it. 'cause
at the
you're
same
not-
time, though, the Terrence Howard situation, he didn't do it enough there. He wasn't questioning him. He was just saying like, "Wow." But at the same time,
but that's mostly
don't-
what he does. He just like does the wow. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Are you sure? Is that true? Are you sure? And then here's the problem. When he gets proven wrong, he will always like default to like, see, this is why you shouldn't, like, you know, trust the media, or you shouldn't trust this. Like, no, you motherfucker, you got it wrong. There's nothing about like the media and all that stuff. Like, it's
but that would be
bullshit
true
what
because he
does.
would be the media.
Yeah, sure. He's the fucking media. Sure, let's do that. But
He is the media at this point. Absolutely.
right, he is. That's true. So we shouldn't trust him.
Exactly.
But he's not going to admit that. He's not going to admit that.
But you just contradicted what you said. He said he admitted not to trust the media. He is the media.
No, he never admits wrong. He basically, what he would do is that he would then deflect and say that, oh, his sources are what got it wrong, or the sources are what he is. But he's never like, I got it wrong. I was the one that, you know, got this whole shit wrong, or something like that. It's never like, it's never me doing the misinformation. It's always like some other person, some other entity, basically.
I don't have enough
That's the thing
evidence
with that.
to know that's exactly what's his behavior, and I also don't care enough about like to study Joe Rogan's videos to see exactly if that is how he is. The whole point of the discussion was
Fucking hell.
the Terrence Howard situation. Yeah, he should have been challenged more there, but Joe Rogan is not mathematically competent, it seems. So
But it's
why
not
would he?
mathematically complicated. It's like when you're saying that my kid is doing fractions in the womb. Like,
Yeah.
what? Do you have to be a
Okay.
mathematician? Like, do you have to be a mathematician to be like,
No.
oh, that's possible? Like no. Like no. And like Rogan knows that because he's got like he's got two fucking daughters, you know?
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
But at the same time, though, you let them run wild. Like a logical person doesn't believe that, right? And what you're trying to do, you're trying to create a system that protects people who are easily sensitive and susceptible into believing illogical things. That's
Right.
really difficult to build a perfect scenario like that. You know, without over policing freedom of speech.
What over policing freedom of speech? Like at some point, like you have to say like, okay, these guys are bad actors and everything like that. What they're doing is wrong, you know. And then the problem is that like
I
the
think Terrence
lie
Howard
is-
actually believed it. I think he
But the
actually
thi-
believes his bullshit.
yeah, he believes his bullshit, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's right or it should be right. It's like if somebody actually believes that the Earth is flat and everything else is wrong, it's like, nah, man, you're wrong. You're wrong. It doesn't matter if like you believe
and then
it's right.
you come
You're
up
wrong.
and then you come up with a way to disprove it.
There is always a way to disprove it. The problem with those type of people is that you come up with those things, or not. You don't even come up with those things. You're like, this is why, and then they're like, deflect. No, this is wrong. This is actually from like, you know, oh, you believe this data from these guys? Like, I know that because I've been like had a spirited conversation with a flat earther myself, right? And it's always the same thing with that. It's like deflect, change topics, or not change topics. Like, you know, you're wrong with your evidence, and then suddenly it's like, oh, the burden of proof is mine. I'm at the burden of proof that has to like, you know, say that, oh, the Earth is actually round. You know,
It is your burden of proof if you want to put the energy to try to convince them.
God damn it.
It is your burden of proof.
What do you mean it's my burden of proof?
If
some
you
dude-
want to
no,
put in the energy to try to convince them otherwise, it's your burden of proof.
No,
You can just
dude,
choose not to do
I-
so.
I-
You could just
Dude, that's
choose not
like-
to.
But
you can
no,
just
man,
choose,
that,
like-
that doesn't work. Like, when someone is talking to you right now about like, you know, oh, the Earth is flat and all stuff like that person's already trying to basically convince you. So he's putting the effort to convince you.
I
okay?
would say I
And
disagree.
then when you're like, okay, this is bullshit, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, what is your proof? It's like, no, fuck you, man. You're the one that came up with that bullshit. Oh,
well,
Jesus
he might
Christ.
not have been the person that came up with the bullshit because, you know,
He's the
Zion-
one that came up with that bullshit. His
Zion-
like he literally is calling it his
Oh, you're
math
talking
or whatever he
about,
called
well,
it. Yeah,
I was talking about
he's
flat
giving an
earthers at that
example.
point.
Oh,
But
we're talking about
Terrence
flat
Howard-
earthers. It's the same
Flat
thing.
earthers has been around for a while. No, it's not the same things, but it's been around for like hundreds of years of idiots who believe that. Oh, this game is sick, and the story mode is interesting. KO.
Tommy! Whoever you are, get away from him!
All right, when it comes to Power Rangers,
The crystal feeds on green.
I haven't
can
installed it.
can Captain America take on a Power Ranger? I'm gonna say no.
You can do the stop.
What? Oh,
Who are you?
I'm gonna say no, because Power Rangers can jump high as shit.
depends on the Power Ranger.
Really? I think all
No,
of
I
them
mean,
are
like-
just their feats are just
No, it depends.
stupid. They got super strained. Hold on.
No, like it really depends on like the generation. They all had like different powers.
They all jump super high into their fucking robots. Yeah. Well, some of them teleport. I think. I guess some of them teleport into their robots. To their-
Fucking hell. Right. It really depends on like what generation you're talking about. Cause like, can Captain America fight a Power Ranger?
I can't think of a Power Ranger you could beat.
Okay, so like let's say the original Red Ranger versus
Destroy.
America, who would
he,
win?
he gets his one punch goes right through Captain America's chest. Because this motherfucker.
No, because these guys are like the Putty Patrol, for example. They always fight them, and the Putties aren't like, you know, super fucking. Like the Putties can also be defeated by like, you know, teenagers essentially, or people that aren't, you know, super powered.
Which
Granted, the
teenagers?
Power Rangers have like, you know, enhanced strength or whatnot.
Exactly. So which teenagers? You talking about the Power Rangers? They super strength Power Rangers. What are you talking about?
No, but what I'm saying is like, okay, I guess the best way to like, determine some dude's powers to also determine like who's their enemy, right? So like you get the strength of like who they're fighting with. That gives you like a good example of like, okay, what is their power level, I guess, right? So like Power Rangers, they like fight a myriad of bosses or whatever, like monsters and shit like that. But like the grunts, which are the putty patrols, and then like I think the at one point it was like these like eagle things or bird things, like those things like also like would fight like regular humans. They won't be able to tear the regular humans apart. They just kind of beat them up and all that stuff, right?
But
they're also
too,
like,
yeah.
but they're also like, yeah, they're also like defeatable, as well from people that aren't superpowered.
I don't remember.
And those would be like
a non-superpowered person beating one of them. But yeah,
Well,
they're
the
just
Power
a
Rangers-
henchman.
Well, no, like the Power Rangers, like the kids themselves, like I think like would stand toe to toe before they got their power and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying is like there is possible that like
Well, that's their hint, but no. If you're gonna measure someone's power, you measure the strongest person they fought, not the weakest.
well, no, because you can say what the weakest is because like it's not like the Power Rangers can dispatch the putties or something super easily. No, like they still
They
take.
totally can.
No, they can. Like
They
there's
totally
episodes
can.
like there's episodes that they're fighting them. Yeah, they're beating them, but they're
You
also
talking about
not
like the
having like the
ninjas,
easiest
like the
of times.
like the equivalent of the Foot
No,
Clan from Teenage Ninja Turtles? They totally can.
No, now you're talking about something else, man. No. Focus on the topic. What I'm saying is like this.
I'm talking about
okay.
the Power Ranger villain.
Yeah, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
With the purple goo. They have
the
purple
glue
blood.
guy.
Yeah, the purple
That was a
blue
movie.
ninjas. Yeah. Oh, so the movie's different from the original Power Rangers?
Well, kind of. I mean, the original Power Rangers actually had like a episode that was essentially the movie, but like as a show.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, they did that because they had to like basically like get the show up to date to like the movie, whatever happened to the movie. So they had like a few episodes,
That's cool.
and they kind of changed the story a little bit between because Ivan Ooze was not in the original like TV show. So they had to change that. Ivan Ooze, that was his name, right?
Avenues.
Ivan Ooze, I think was the dude's name, yeah. Whoa! You can do that? Alright, this guy's teaching me Reina. Alright. Ah, man, this guy is...
I don't know. I think a Power Ranger's punching a hole in Captain America's chest. like their full power strength. They be doing OP shit. Like I've seen like just them jumping into their robot is just like really insane.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they can like punch a hole just because they can jump good.
How they can
Fuck.
kick a hole. They can kick a hole. Their legs are super duper strong.
What? What the fuck?
Like we think about, okay, how much do they possibly weigh? All right, let's say they weigh 180 pounds. And they're jumping 200 feet in the air. How much fucking force is needed to lift 180 pounds, 200 feet in the air at a whim with ease? I don't know. That's pretty strong.
Fuck. Alright, this guy's good. Yeah, no, just because you can jump good doesn't necessarily mean you can beat somebody, dude.
With strong
I,
legs.
okay, so let's think about it this way. Do I think Captain America would just get like smashed by a Power Ranger? No,
Yes.
I don't think so.
I
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
What are your
I don't think
feats?
What about you? What's your burden of proof? How about that? Why do you think just because they can jump good?
That's one
Captain
strong
America can
reason.
jump.
He can't jump as high
That
as
is
a Power
not a
Ranger.
strong reason. That's
He
not
can't jump as high as a strong Power Ranger.
I mean, what if it says like it's not because they can jump high, or maybe they just like able to like, you know,
Nah, they can jump high. Damn! This girl got me stuck in a combo. She was just fucking me up. I should play online. I'm gonna go play online. I'm playing the story right now. I'm gonna play online.
you're talking about the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, I'm playing Power Rangers online. Casual. I don't want to play online. I don't want to play ranked right now. They probably gonna be disgusting.
Oh yeah.
They're probably disgusting on this game. Just some of them combos I was getting fucked up with. All right, let's see. Like Tommy Oliver destroying Captain America. I don't think it's close. The Green Ranger. I can't think about exactly what he was doing. I just remember him being a problem. Like he was
He was a bad guy at one point.
Yeah, he was fucking up multiple Power Rangers. Like, so if you can beat multiple Power Rangers, you absolutely are destroying Captain America.
Not really. Because again, like they still would have like issues with the putties or stuff like that.
I don't know. I need to look at some clips. I need to study it. All right, Batman versus Captain America.
Batman versus Captain America. If Batman could beat Captain America, no, sorry. Oh god, that's tough.
You said that's
See,
tough.
all I'm saying is this. The Power Rangers cannot dispatch putty patrols immediately, right? They always
I think
have
they
one
can.
big
They
fight.
just be
No, they
nice.
can't because they always have a fight scene with them, and it's not like they're like they can easily dispatch them. Yeah, they can eventually beat them, but usually it takes a lot of effort, right? Regardless, so it's not an easy thing for them.
I think that's just a
So-
plot device.
Well, what I'm saying is that in that case, by that logic, then like Captain America, it basically like tells you. Oh fuck! Why didn't I know? There we go. It basically tells you what their power is, and I think like Captain America would also probably have the same amount of effort to beat like putties,
Same amount.
That's basically what I'm getting at.
Nah, Captain America get his ass whooped by those putties.
We won't.
Wait, are they really called Putty Patrol, or are we just?
Yeah, man, the putties, because they
There
were
you
made
go.
from putty. Like literally, like Rita Repulsa would have a putty, and put a bunch of putties and make them alive essentially.
Let me look them up. Let's look up the power level of these guys. Putty ninjas. Putty ninja
Boom, buddy.
power level.
Who's the better Rainer now, motherfucker? Am I still online? Yeah.
All right, here's a post
That was a
from
good
6
screen.
years ago. A man of taste. A question
Man of
about
taste. Sorry, here we go.
a question about power levels. So
Okay.
bear with me, as I only ever watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and read the comics. But do they ever touch on whether Tommy's power level ever changed? I know he starts stronger than the average Ranger with green, but then I know it is implied that White Ranger transformation makes him stronger. But then I know down the line he goes on to be a Red Ranger and a Black Ranger. Does he decrease in strength as he moves from Ranger to Ranger? For that matter, I don't know what causes the different changes in Ranger teams, but I remember from the fantastic Ivan Ooze movie that ninja powers were stronger than the old ones. So is each iteration of the Rangers supposed to be an improvement and stronger than the last? Or are they all same power, just different suits? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see what some people say. Damn, this guy wrote a fucking essay to this question. Whoa.
Dude, you got.
I'm not just any ranger, not by a long shot.
Someone's,
no.
all right, someone made an interesting comment here, kind of edgy for my taste. Strongness is kind of an illusion in Power Rangers. They get their asses kicked all the time, and then get a
Yeah,
new
no,
toy
there
that
you
makes
go,
them
there you go.
stronger. But it really just levels out the playing field. It's not like putties were super easy by the end of season 1. The Zeo powers are said to get stronger every day, but we never see that. It's not like we get Dragon Ball Z power levels laid out. So no. Look, they use this. Well, did you answer this question? Was that you, Mr. Putty?
What? Yeah.
Because
The guy gets what I'm saying, man. Like, you also have to look at like who they fight constantly, and it's not like they can dispatch them so simple. Fuck me, God, he won.
But I just need to know, like, how strong are the putties?
They're just henchmen.
Okay, but some henchmen are stronger than other henchmen.
I mean, and they beat up like regular people, but they don't kill them. They're not able to like punch them one and like kill them.
All right, let's see. They look awful. That's hilarious.
And not only that, you have to remember, like, fucking, like, Captain America is a super soldier that's like augmented, you know.
Yeah,
so
but
he's able to run fast. He's able to punch through, like, you know, like fucking, you know, whatever. Like, he probably has the same strength as a Power Ranger. The Power Rangers have like mystical powers.
That's why I'm confused. There was a Power Ranger TMNT crossover, and there were Foot Ninja putties. So that's why I'm a little confused about. I must have saw that and always thought they were always Foot Ninjas.
Fuck.
All right, let's see.
Oh, there you go, dude. There you go. So there was a crossover. So now you can actually say, okay.
TMNT, they're strong though. Captain America is getting
But
washed by Leonardo or Raphael. Getting washed. Getting washed.
So?
Yes.
So you think TMTs?
Dude, they're super duper durable. Like, that shield ain't doing shit to a TMNT. They're not doing shit to a shell. It's shell time. Or what did he say?
It's pizza time.
It's pizza time. Oh man, that's hilarious. Let me look up TMNT feats. TMNT feats, our best feats. How powerful each Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle really is. Raphael, brute strength. All right, let's see. Like, do they got any feats though? Lifting the car over. If you lift the car over your head, you're demolishing Captain America. All right, let's see here. And I think a Power Ranger can lift a car over their head. Can Power Rangers lift cars? Power Rangers.
No,
lift
they never
cars.
lift the cars.
Let's see. Let's see. Can Power Rangers lift cars? Power Ranger strength level. Oh, they're like just reading the Power Rangers versus other Power Rangers. But let's like look at the list and look at the strongest.
How many years ago was this topic?
What? Oh, the one I was reading earlier.
Yeah.
That was 6 years ago. Wait, there's a Cosmic Fury Power Rangers. They are the strongest of all time. They look
Is that
super
like
cool.
the new ones?
I don't know. It looks pretty fucking new. It's a black guy as a leader, so yeah, probably new.
Yeah. They a lot of black people. What? No, just kidding. Did you ever know that the actor that played the Black Ranger in the original Power Rangers
had one missing finger?
Yeah. That's the thing I was gonna say. Yeah, the missing finger.
I saw that, and I was like, "That's wild that we never noticed that."
Yeah, I never noticed that as a kid.
Why do you have a
course,
missing
like, when
finger? He was in a Yakuza or what?
He was an assassin from the Assassin's Creed thing, because.
Oh yeah, it was a finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're only supposed to cut half off though. Right?
Yeah, to allow the
hidden blade,
the knife to go through or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
I thought Assassin's Creed was such a super cool premise. Like having like real historical characters in like a video game fictional story. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but then they made a game every year, and then whatever. Whatever.
Then they made a game.
They make it like, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like once
Different
you like
teams, different teams. Okay.
you do the same thing over and over
You're like,
again.
hey
like-
team, you're working on the next one. You're working on that one. They changed some things between them.
But that's what they did with Call of Duty, and that's why also Call of Duty is so stale too.
Damn.
mean, call it- It is. It is.
You heard that,
It
y'all?
sure is.
Damn. Why is Call of Duty stale?
What do you mean why Call of Duty is stale? Because like the story doesn't like there is really no story to it, right? I played the new Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, the new one, you know, and like it's just like weird. Like what's it called? Like military drama, right? But there really is no drama to it.
Mhm.
I mean, because like there is no character development whatsoever. It's
there
just like
was
military
some.
man goes here to
Military
here,
man.
and
Soap.
the military man do this thing, and it's always the end of the world. You know, oh, we got to stop this guy, you know, and all that stuff, blah 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 blah. And then like maybe the bad guy has like some motivation, but in the end, like it's always gonna be like, oh yeah, no, he was actually too bad, or he's too overboard. We gotta like, you know, keep the status quo, yada yada yada. Like you don't care for anybody, and not only that, it's gotten worse and worse and worse as the games became more and more like just bombastic and just loud, right? There's like no real like weight to it. Like you had the original weight from the original Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, like
Yeah.
that was new because like, oh, you know, now from World War II, now we're finally going back to like, you know, oh, we're doing modern stuff, right? But the story itself like was like, you know, went into like left field when like suddenly it's like, oh shit, the nuke went out and like a bunch of Marines, like your character's dead, right? And that shit happened, right? So that was a shocking moment
you
in
talking
Modern
about?
Warfare.
Oh.
The Call of Duty 4, you played Call of Duty 4, right?
Yeah.
The original Modern Warfare.
I don't remember
right?
the whole death scene. I thought he survived because I thought you were Soap in that one. For most
No.
of it.
No,
No, you
remember
played
in the
different players. You played different players.
you were Soap when you were like SAS, and then you played a Marine or something when they were doing
Oh
the
yeah, I do remember that. I do.
when they
remember
were doing
that.
the raid to capture Al Assad, right?
Yeah, I do remember that, and he died.
Right. And then the nuke happens, and you die. You had like a little sequence, and you survived the helicopter crash, but only for a moment. You're just gonna die anyway, that sort of thing, right?
Mhm.
Right, but that's the thing. It's like the story itself was like very much more intriguing because yeah, it was like, oh shit, okay, there's more to this than that, right? And as a character for Soap, you know, like there really wasn't any progression to the character because like Soap himself was like really the character, the player insert, right? So there's nothing going on there, right? And I get it, like, you know, these type of movies, like the story itself is more of what's going on around and not so much the characters, you know? Yeah, you did have a little bit of like, you know, some sort of like hints of progression with McTavish when he was like, you know, the Chernobyl level,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, that was unique. That was interesting, and it was one of the first games that, you know, really did that and did it very well too. I mean,
Yeah.
there were other games like Medal of Honor and all that stuff, but like
Medal
they
of Honor
just,
stories were sick. Yeah.
but they were not good. Like back then, like as a game, they were not good, right? Call of Duty took
The
that
controls were
title, right?
clunky. The controls were clunky, and
I mean, all of it was clunky, but regardless, then Modern Warfare 2 came out, right? And then obviously the no Russian thing was the biggest
Yeah,
controversy,
that was
right?
on Modern
But that's-
Warfare too.
But that's when things started getting like, I mean, like it's still fresh, but at the same time, it's like, you know, this is where the cracks are showing of like, you can't really continue having this like bombastic military story every single time. Like we can't have this whole like we're going to like every fucking game like, oh, we gotta stop this guy or like the whole world's gonna blow up, you know, that sort of thing. Like that's when things start getting serious. Like, okay, we get it. Go here, do this, that thing, right? Like Modern Warfare 2 was still pretty cool in terms of like, you know, oh yeah, you're fighting in Washington D.C., blah blah blah. That's cool, right? But that's the thing. It's like, where do you go from there? That's why Modern Warfare 3 was also like so meh compared to the other two, because it was, again, it's like, okay, it's the same shit, but they don't know where to end this thing. It's like, how the fuck does, like, you know, like the world do a peace treaty, or like the Russian president is still around trying to make peace and stuff like that. It's like, bro, you guys are invading, and then now you're invading Europe. It's like, that's not how shit works. Like, that's not how real life works, you know? And now we know that, like, you know, Russia's a paper tiger anyway, so like they wouldn't be able to do all this fucking like invasion thing that they did like in Modern Warfare, right? But regardless, like, it's like they wrote themselves into a corner trying to say that, oh yeah, the Russian president wasn't really a part of the ultranationalists. Like, how the fuck did any of this happen? Like, it made no sense, that whole segment, that, like, you know, that you have to, like, I guess, like, read, like, whatever, whoever the main bad guy is, from Modern Warfare 2 to 3 captured like the Russian president or his, like, you know, daughter or something like that. I don't know. Like how does that work? That doesn't make sense, right? So they wrote themselves into a corner because they don't know really how to end the whole fucking series. And again, it was just bombastic, boom, boom, boom. Now we're fighting in New York, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then now the big controversial thing, which again did not land as much as, like, you know, the no Russian scene and the nuke scene did, because at that point everybody was just tired of it, was the terrorist, like, you know, gas bombing incident, the sequence in that game, right? So, like, yeah, and then you go to the next Modern Warfares, or not the Modern Warfare, sorry, the next Call of Duties, you know, and then they did the Spec Ops, or whatever they call, Black Ops and all that stuff. Same thing. It's just like the story is just whatever. Who cares now? Like, and like I find myself like I got Modern Warfare 1 for free. And I'm talking about like the new one for free, because I think at that time I bought a new graphics card. They gave it to me for free, right? And I think it was the same thing with the second one. So I never bought any of those things, but I had them and I played them. And it's just like, man, like I find myself like, I just want to get done with this game, you know, that sort of thing. And that's not good. That's not a good sign for a single player game in which you're really only playing it because of sunk cost fallacy at that point, you know? And that's what I feel about Call of Duty at the end of the day. And I mean, let's be honest, they recognize that because they really put all their money and effort on the multiplayer, because the multiplayer is still something that is still pretty popular, you know, and it's become the new Madden, essentially, that they could just shell out every year and people are going to buy it, and because they're buying it for the multiplayer. You had one entire Call of Duty one year that literally had no single player, and it was just like Call of Duty Fortnite, essentially, right? So, yeah. Even they recognize that their story is stupid. And
Dude,
bland.
one of my cryptos just randomly went up 1,062%.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Anyway, you heard everything I just said?
I did.
Or am I being too long-winded?
No, it was beautiful. That's a good clip.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That's a clip. Folks, we
Yeah,
have a
there's
clip
the clip.
there. See?
There's a clip.
Yeah, see?
It's not a 15-second TikTok clip, but maybe
And
you can like post that.
we put that. So in what you do in post-production, you just take the audio and you put like images and videos to shit you're talking about. You know, we
For
make
like
it.
Maze Runner right in the background. Whatever
Right.
they do. Jeez.
Oh, not that. Well, that too. But I'm talking about like actually like a production. The shit's relevant. Like what you're saying. You're talking about Call of Duty. As soon as you say Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 2 comes up, and then you it like zooms into its blandness, how each Call of Duty looks the same. You know.
Yeah.
But they did start going like all over the place. They had like motherfuckers running on walls and shit like Titanfall, and that was
well, okay. You know what? There's a good comparison. Titanfall. Okay. So a lot of obviously the
mecha,
studio, a lot of people that worked on the original Modern Warfare now are Respawn, and they made Titanfall, right? So Titanfall 1 was just single player, sorry, not single player, sorry, it was multiplayer only, right? Which was disappointing, whatever, but the game itself was fun as hell. Like, I played the shit out of that multiplayer stuff, right? And I did have a fun time, right? When they added mechs and everything like that, right? Then Titanfall 2 came around, and this is what really, really, really bugs me, is that Titanfall 2 did not get like as much love as it should have, and I think it was because Titanfall 2 came out around the time that EA was also still trying to bust out another game or something. I think maybe it might have been Battlefield or something like that. Like, so it was like like the release window was really bad that Titanfall 2 actually got kind of in a bad place, right? But dude, holy shit. The single player of Titanfall 2 is one of the best first person shooter single players ever. Ever. I'm not even joking. One of the best ever. It's ridiculous and it took me off guard. You ever played Titanfall 2 single player?
I did. I did.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and
I
that
didn't
game was
finish it, but
fucking
yeah, it was
amazing.
solid.
Like oh, dude, finish it, man. Like that game was fucking amazing. Like it was amazing because and what took me out of surprise was that every level had its gimmick that was just wild to me.
Yeah.
That they actually like because remember there was like even one level that you were actually manipulating time or something like that.
I do remember that.
Yeah. And there was another one that like you were manipulating
Like it was like yeah.
I think
the
like
time
whether
one
you
was
can
cool.
go right, or that you were able to go through like walls or some shit like that. Maybe that was the
Yeah.
same time one, right? There was another one that like was a pure mech battle thing, and then like utilizing like
And
you
you're like on
had
this train thing. I don't know. It's like
right.
Yeah.
So like they would essentially like have one gimmick or one ability to give it to you for that level, right? Here's something happening. Here's something new. Now use that ability, and then they would essentially make puzzles through that ability, right? And that to me is like amazing level design. Like these guys actually put effort on like we're not gonna do like battle A and then battle B and then battle C, like what Duty usually does. It's just like the same fucking thing. It's like it's a different scenario, but it's the same fucking thing. But Titanfall 2 was like, no, we're giving you this ability, and now you have to like, platform your way to using that ability, or like you have to use this, that sort of thing. And that was it like took me by surprise. I was so surprised how good Titanfall 2 single player was. Like I could not I did not imagine it was that good. Like I thought it was just gonna be like generic whatever, right? And then because yes, there was a big like overdraft like backdrop of a war going on and everything like that, but like it was a character like story regardless. Like your character develops a bit of a friendship or camaraderie with the Titan, right, in the game, and there is character development between your character and the Titan itself, right? Like that was cool, and then like to the point like the ending, like and what happens in the end was also like wow, that actually did like tug a little bit on your heartstring because you actually cared about these characters, right? Despite the fact that there's like a whole backdrop of war and all that stuff, like that is great story. Like that is how you do it. And again, it just annoys me. Like it's only after Titanfall 2 came out a long time that people recognize that this actually what shit was legit. Now, it's unfortunate that they basically decided to use like just focus on Apex Legends, which is what they're doing and everything like that. Just because like, yeah, Titanfall 2 was not as a commercial success as they wanted to. So like for them, like how could they justify going back to it at this moment? Because they're making bank with Apex Legends right now.
Mhm.
So which is that's a whole another topic that we can bring up next week about like the state of video game industry and where the money's going and everything like that, right? To the other point that you said, it's like, oh, this game's successful, therefore it's a good game. It's like no, that's not how things are, because we ourselves are losing out on a lot of good potential games because of the fact that a lot of these businesses are just chasing whatever's cool, they're chasing the next Fortnite essentially, right? And let's be honest, like Fortnite is not it's a big multiplayer game that all these like kids love and all that shit, but like it's not creative anymore. It's not creative at all. Like it's not. So anyway, I mean, I think we should like save this for next week, though.
I'm downloading Titanfall 2 right
Oh
now
yeah, man.
on PC.
Fucking
I've never
play
played
that
it
game,
on
man.
PC. But all right, dude. Great chatting
All right,
with
man.
you.
Yep.
Been good.
All right, cool. Well, we'll talk later about how we can improve all this stuff and how to properly use the Instagram as well. All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Everybody in our stream, that one viewer.
Yeah.